Okay, test 1, 2, 3.
Test 1, 2, 3.
Can anybody hear me?
Can anybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay,
Is there
thank
anyone
you.
from
Is there anyone
overseas,
from
not from Indonesia?
overseas, not from Indonesia?
Okay, if yes, and then
Okay, if yes, and then
please inform
please
where you're
inform
from.
where you're from.
Right.
Right.
Anyone?
Anyone?
No? All are
No.
from Indonesia?
All are from Indonesia.
Right, so,
Right.
okay.
So,
So let's get started.
So let's get started.
Okay, I need to refresh the slide here. Then we can start. Anyone from overseas? Anyone not from Indonesia?
Anyone not from Indonesia?
No one?
No one?
Okay, this is my last question. Okay, if nobody said you're not from Indonesia, I'll be speaking in bahasa Indonesia. Okay, nobody? Seems like everyone here are from Indonesia. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Yogyakarta, Jakarta, what else? Jawa Timur, Jakarta, Jawa Barat. Okay, Jawa Barat. Jakarta. Okay, Jawa Barat. Right, so I think most of you are from Indonesia. Okay, good. So, okay, baik hari ini kita akan bahas ya, baik, kali ini kita akan bahas topik ya. Kali ini topiknya tentang Linux ya, Linux. Jadi diusahain topiknya itu beda-beda karena kita juga kerjanya juga nggak melulu mikrotik, macam-macam juga. Baik, hari ini kita akan bahas Linux Skill for Network Engineer. Nama saya Ahmad Mardiansyah. Agenda kita hari ini kita akan bahas itu Linux ya, bagi yang saya asumsikan di sini adalah newbie ya. Jadi teman-teman akan English. Okay, so you guys from Indonesia or not? Okay, guys, so you want me to speak in English or Indonesian? Okay, please type here. Put something in the chat. Okay, so majority said Indonesian. Okay, fine. Thank you. Ya, jadi kembali ke agenda. Kita akan bahas Linux itu apa, kemudian nanti ada network engineering. Sebenarnya ini hanya sharing. Oke. Linux, kemudian network engineer, network engineer. Kemudian nanti kalau waktunya sempat kita akan coba login ke server kita ya. Untuk detail portnya berapa, URL-nya berapa, username passwordnya apa, nanti di share di chat ya. Pastikan bisa connect ya, bawa SSH client. Oke, semua sudah bisa ya? SSH client udah tahu kan? Software yang putih ya. Bagi yang belum tahu, yang baru aja kaget itu, apa itu putih ya? Googling aja dulu. Ya, kita lanjut. Introduction, jadi apa itu GLC, Garda Lintas Cakrawala, kita base di Bandung, area IT dan consulting, certified, kita certified partner untuk Mikrotik Ubiquiti Linux ya. Kita juga punya produk namanya GLC Billing gitu. Ya, dan kita juga punya regular event, contohnya seperti yang kita lakukan sekarang. Lanjut. Ya, nama saya Ahmad Mardiansyah, saya base di Bandung, Indonesia. Saya pengguna Linux dari tahun 99. Waktu itu distronya adalah Red Hat, Red Hat 52 ya. Lama banget. Habis itu ada Mandrake ya, Mandrake 7, Slackware 8. Waktu itu Debian masih jarang ya. Ada tahu Debian ada. Saya nggak pernah pakai waktu itu. Dan zaman itu zaman susah, internet susah. Harus ke warnet dulu. Modemnya pakai modem yang V90 itu yang suaranya khas banget ya. Saya kontributor juga di beberapa website, dan kalau teman-teman mau connect itu ada LinkedIn saya. Pengalaman kerja project gitu ya. Tahun 2020 di Kongo sama Malaysia kita ada IoT integration, jadi ada barang-barang IoT, barang-barang kecil-kecil itulah ya, apa ya, meter, kemudian nanti ada lock, kemudian ada reader gitu ya, apa sih namanya, meteran listrik gitu ya, cuman dia terkoneksi ke wireless. Nah, nanti dia kirim data terus ke network gitu. Nah, itu data itu kita masukin ke database, kemudian kita hadirkan di dalam sebuah interface gitu. Itu salah satu integration kita. Jadi ada urusan sama network ya dikit gitu. Kebanyakan sih ya programming ya, sama OS gitu, OS-nya dikit. Kebanyakan sih programming gitu. Kemudian ada network automation, jadi karena nanti kita banyak klien gitu ya. Di sana ada ISP, kita bantu untuk manage, kita bikin kayak aplikasi untuk manage networknya lah gitu. Kan sekarang tuh kalau manage network terpisah-pisah ya, harus login ke sana, harus login ke sini, harus aplikasi itu, harus aplikasi ini gitu ya. Nah, kita bikin satu barang untuk unifikasi semua itulah gitu ya. Dan itu custom ya, karena customer itu kan pasti mintanya unik gitu. Itu tahun 2020. Yang jelas pasti remote semua. Sebelum tahun lalu kita ke DRC, ke Afrika, manage barang di sana gitu ya, sama aja wireless ya, USB wireless. Kenapa wireless? Karena itu yang paling mudah ya kan? Paling murah, paling mudah, paling cepat ya kan? Kalau kita pakai fiber optik udah mahal, lama lagi gitu kan. Kalau ada mati lampu listrik dan seterusnya. Sebelumnya lagi di Malaysia, Libya dan seterusnya. Oke. Tentang webinar ini, ya kita lakukan pertama kali tahun 2010 ya, 1 Januari itu emailnya saya screenshot. Di milis Osok ya, jadi zaman dulu tuh ada namanya Osok Open Solaris. Jadi saya dulu basisnya sistem administration, saya pakai belajar Linux tahun 99, kemudian tahun 2003 di masalah. Saya dapat CCNA ya. Saya waktu itu nggak kenal Mikrotik, baru kenal Mikrotik tahun 2007 gitu, masih pakai Mikrotik versi 2.3 kalau nggak salah. Waktu itu feature-nya belum ramai seperti sekarang. Kemudian halo.
I'm sorry, I think the participant is from overseas.
Oh really?
Can you ask Mr. Shamal Das?
Name?
Oh really?
Oh, really?
Okay, sorry, sir.
Sorry,
Are you
sir. Are you
from overseas, not from
from
Indonesia?
overseas, not from Indonesia?
Okay, because if you are,
Okay, because
and then
if
I'll
you
be
are,
speaking in
and then
English.
I'll be speaking in English.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, does he
Okay, does
contact
he
you
contact
privately?
you privately?
All right. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it seems like one of
Yeah.
the
Okay. So it
participants
seems like
are
one of the
not from
participants
here.
are not from here.
Okay. So
Okay.
I'll be
So
speaking
we'll be
in
speaking
English then.
in English then.
Right. So this was
Right.
about
So
our
this
GLC
was about
webinar.
our
So
GLC
the
webinar.
webinar was started
The webinar was
in
started
2010,
in
January
2010,
1st. At the
January
time we
1st.
talk about
At the time
the
we talk
operating
about
system.
the operating system.
And then at the time we
And then
had
at the
an
time we
OSUK,
had
Open
an
Solaris User
OSUK,
Group.
Open Solaris User
So
Group.
I had a
So I
presentation in
had a
2010
presentation
about
in
the
2010
Solaris
about
operating
the
system,
Solaris operating
about some
system,
features
about some
from
features
Solaris, because
from
since
Solaris, because
2006
since
Solaris was
2006
open source,
Solaris was open source,
done by Sun Microsystem,
done
and
by
then
Sun
later on
Microsystem, and
Sun
then later
Microsystem
on
acquired
Sun
by
Microsystem
Oracle.
acquired by
So now
Oracle.
it's called
So now it's called
Oracle operating
Oracle
system,
operating
Oracle
system,
Solaris.
Oracle Solaris.
Okay, about yourself, I
Okay,
think you
about
already
yourself, I
introduced
think you already
yourself here.
introduced yourself
Thank
here.
you.
Thank you.
Right, okay.
Right, okay.
Okay,
Okay,
it's all right. I can
it's all
see
right.
some of you
I can see some of you
here do not really
here do not
understand. I mean,
really
has
understand.
had difficulties
Has
of
had
understanding
difficulties of
English.
understanding English.
Okay, so thank you. So
Okay, so
the
thank you. So
guest is from
the
Bangladesh.
guest is from
Right.
Bangladesh.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Welcome.
Okay.
Again, welcome to
again.
our
Welcome
webinar.
to our
And then
webinar.
you don't have to worry here
And then you don't
because
have to worry here
I'll be
because
speaking in English.
I'll
Okay.
be speaking
So
in
if
English. Okay.
if you have any
So
questions, and
if
then
you have any questions,
feel
then,
free to
feel free
ask any questions.
to ask
Right.
any questions.
Okay. So
Right.
next we'll talk
Okay.
about
So next we'll talk
Unix
about
or
the Unix or
yeah, Unix or Linux.
yeah, Unix or Linux.
Okay, so we talk about
we talk about
the
the
history. So history about Unix
So
and
history
Linux.
about Unix and Linux.
So okay,
So
right. So
okay, right.
actually,
So
the Linux and
actually,
Unix
the Linux and
started
Unix
in
started
1970s.
in
It was a long time
1970s.
ago.
It was long
Initially, it was
time
open
ago.
source.
Initially, it was open
It was a
source.
project
It
done
was a
by
project
the
done
member
by
of AT&T.
the member
AT&T
of
is like
AT&T.
telecom
AT&T is like
in
telecom
in Indonesia. So at the
in
time,
Indonesia. So
AT&T
at the
was
time,
a
AT&T
very big
was a very
telecommunication
big
company in the
telecommunication company
United
in
States.
the United States.
So inside the company, they built
So
an
inside the
operating
company, they
system called
built an
Unix,
operating system called Unix,
done by Dennis Ritchie,
done
Ken
by
Thompson,
Dennis Ritchie, Ken
right?
Thompson,
And then
right? And
they
then
make it open source
they
initially,
make it
and
open
then
source initially,
university
and then
adds more
university
features on it.
adds
So,
more
and
features
then
on it.
one
So, and
university
then one
that
university
is
that is
acting as
acting
a
as a
distribution of the source code
distribution
is
of the source code is
UCLA,
UCLA,
University California, Berkeley.
University California, Berkeley.
And then
And then
that is
that is
the university
the
becomes
university
a hub of
becomes a
source
hub
code
of
repository.
source code
So you
repository.
remember that
So
time
you
we don't
remember
have
that time we don't have
a source code
source code
management like what we have now. There
management
is
like
no
what we
GitHub,
have now.
there is no
There is no
GitLab,
GitHub, there is no GitLab,
no subversion.
no
If you
subversion.
know that, there is no
If you know
CVS.
that, there is no CVS.
So at the time,
So at the
the source
time,
code is
the source
managed
code
by
is
manually.
managed by
And
manually.
then the Unix
And
become
then the
closed.
Unix
So
become
closed, and then AT&T
closed, and then
sold all its
AT&T
rights
sold
to
all its rights
Unix to
Unix
Novell. Yeah.
to
So
Novell.
at the
Yeah.
time, if you
So
want
at the
to
time,
get
if
the
you
source
want
code,
to get the
and then you
source
have to
code,
pay. You have
and
to
then
pay
you have to
license
pay.
for that.
You have to pay license
So
for
that's
that.
why from
So
Unix it
that's why from
becomes,
Unix it
for
becomes,
example, it becomes
for example,
Sun Microsystem bought the
Sun
source code,
Microsystem
so it
bought the source
becomes the
code, so
Solaris
it
operating
becomes the
system.
Solaris operating system.
The ABM
The ABM
pay the license and then buy
pay
the
the
source code,
license
and
and
then
then
it
buy the
become
source code, and
AIX.
then
Okay,
become
IBM AIX.
AIX. Okay, IBM
I was working in
AIX.
Siemens.
I
Okay,
was working in Siemens.
at the
Okay,
time.
at the time.
Since
Since
2004, I think. Yes, yeah.
2004, I think.
When
Yes, yeah.
just
When
after the tsunami in
just
Aceh,
after the tsunami in
2004.
Aceh, 2004.
2004. Yeah, December.
2004.
Yeah,
December.
December 4.
December.
Yeah. So at the time,
So at the time,
so I was working in
so I was
Siemens,
working in Siemens,
German company, German-based company, and
German-based
then they
company,
also have their
and
own
then they
Unix
also
called
have their own
Sinix.
Unix
Okay,
called Sinix.
S-I-N-I-X, Sinix. Maybe it's called Siemens
Maybe
Unix.
it's called Siemens Unix.
Microsoft also has their own
Microsoft
Unix,
also
and
has
then
their own
many
Unix, and then
types of
many
Unix. So after
types of
they
Unix.
buy
So after
license
they
from
buy license
Novell
Novell
company, and then
company, and then
they develop their own
they develop their own
internally in their
their
own organizations, and then
own
it becomes their
organizations, and
own
then
flavor
it
of
becomes their
Unix.
own flavor
Okay,
of
so the
Unix.
university had an
Okay, so the
objection
university had an objection
because they have to pay the
because they
license,
have to pay
and then
license,
they also
and
argue
then
that
they also argue
well, I
that
also we also developed the operating
develop
system,
the
so it's not
operating
only
system. So it's
you
not only you
uh, is having a rights for
is
this
having a
operating
rights for
system. We
this
also have
operating
a part
system.
of
We
it
also have a
because we
part of
also
it
developed some
because we
features
also
on it, and
developed
then they
some
are
features on
battling
it,
in
and
court,
then they are battling
settled
in
in
court,
1994,
settled in
and then it becomes
1994,
the free
and then it
BSD.
becomes the
Okay,
free BSD.
so the source
Okay,
code is
so
free,
the source code is
available
free,
in
available
for everybody,
for
and then
everybody, and then
after the court
after
settled,
the
the
court
BSD
settled,
replaced
the
AT&T
BSD
components
replaced
and become
AT&T
free
components
BSD,
and
and
become free
also
BSD, and
the source
also
code is
the source code
developed to become
is
other
developed to
BSD like
become other BSD like
OpenBSD,
OpenBSD,
Dragonfly BSD,
Dragonfly BSD,
Trusted BSD, whatever
Trusted
BSD. Okay.
BSD, whatever BSD.
And
Okay.
actually, when you
And
say
actually,
Unix,
when you
Unix
say
is actually
Unix,
a
Unix is
trademark
actually is
owned
a
by the
trademark
Open Group
owned
here.
by the Open Group
So
here.
Open Group
So Open Group
is an organization that
is an
certifies
organization
the
that
operating system.
certifies the
So
operating
if you
system.
build an operating
So if you
system and
build an
then you
operating
want to call
system
it
and then you want to
Unix,
call it
okay,
Unix,
and then you have to
okay,
contact
and then
Open
you
Group,
have to
please
contact Open Group, please
certify my operating system
certify
here.
my
I
operating
want to
system
name it
here.
Unix.
I
So
want to
Unix
name
is
it
like a
Unix. So
standard,
Unix is like a
and
standard,
then
and
it's
then
managed by Open Group,
it's
and then of
managed by
course,
Open Group, and then of
yeah, I
course,
mean it's like other
yeah, I mean
certification.
it's like other
You have to
certification.
give
You
them
have
some
to
monies
give them
for a
some money
certification
for a
process. Okay.
certification process.
So as you can see, some
So as you
brands
can see,
already
some
registered as
brands already
Unix, for
registered
example,
as Unix, for
like
example,
IBM,
like
Apple. Apple is a
IBM,
Unix.
Apple.
Okay.
Apple is a Unix.
HP, SPUX, okay,
HP,
Huawei,
SPUX, okay, Huawei,
IBM. I've said that before.
IBM. I've said that
And
before.
then SEO,
And
okay,
then SEO, okay,
not many.
not
Okay.
many. Okay.
But for them you can call them
for them you can call them
Unix. Okay.
Unix.
And then there is a movement
And then
called
there is a
Unix-like.
movement called Unix-like.
So
Okay.
Unix-like means
So
it
Unix-like
behave like a
means
Unix,
it
but
behave
they
like
are
a
not
Unix,
Unix
but
because
they
they
are
are
not
not
Unix because
registered,
they
they
are
are not
not
certified
registered,
by
they
the
are
Open
not
Group.
certified by the Open Group. Right.
Okay, clear? So
Okay,
guys,
clear.
if you have any
So guys,
questions,
if
and
you
then
have any questions, then
please
please
type here in the group chat.
type here in the
Okay.
group chat. Okay.
So next,
So
this is the Unix
next,
timeline.
this is the Unix timeline.
I think it's too small, but you can access. This is
but
a
you
free,
can
and
access. This is a
you
free,
can access from everywhere.
and you can access from everywhere.
Oops, sorry. So it started from AT&T here.
From AT&T here.
If you can
So
see
if you
the
can
picture,
see the
and then
picture,
started in 1970s here. It was a
here,
Unix
it was a
version,
Unix
and then it
version,
became
and then it
BSD. They
became
have battling in the
BSD. They
port
have
here,
battling in the port
and then
here,
it becomes
and then
a free
becomes
BSD.
a free
Okay.
BSD,
And then and so on and so
and
forth
then
up
and
to
so on and
now,
so
and
forth
then
up
some
to
of the
now,
source code
and then some
that
of the
become
source code that become
Dragonfly BSD, and
Dragonfly
then
BSD,
other
and
BSD.
then other BSD.
Apple have their own operating
have
system
their own operating system
because they bought the license, right?
they bought the license, right?
Yeah, some of them are
Yeah,
from
some of them are from
Unix Next Step, and then some of
Unix
the
Next
source
Step,
code
and
are
then some
from
of the source
FreeBSD.
code are from FreeBSD.
And yeah, you can see here there are other
you can see here there are
Unix
other
as well. So the red
Unix
one
as
here
well.
is
So
the
the red one here
closed
is
source, like the HPUX from HP, and then we have a Solaris operating system here. Actually, the Solaris is open. It's called Open Solaris since 2006. I was part of the community at the time, so we were very happy. Everyone can learn the source code of the Unix. What about Linux? Linux is different. Linux started as their own path. Okay, so nothing to do with the Unix. So there is no source code because at the time, 1991 here, the Linux Torvald said that okay, FreeBSD is good, but they have problem in the regarding the license. Okay, and then the code is still not settled, so I will start a new one. Right. Okay. So that's how the Unix timeline looks like. Okay, so some of the features from Unix are, so in the beginning they already designed the operating system to become a multitasking. Okay, so it means that because they have a multiprocessor, right? They have microprocessor, sorry. Not microcontroller, okay, microprocessor, because they are using microprocessor like CPU that we are using now, like Intel, AMD. At the time there was Cyrix, time ago. Yeah, they have this is a big advantage if you're using a Unix operating system. So, for example, when you are typing, you can play an audio. You can, when you watch, just like our operating system now, but in the beginning they already have that multitasking feature. Also multiprocessing, so it means that some processes are already distributed and then to be executed on different processor. Of course, they have multi-user, like the one that we are doing. Many times ago in the previous webinars, I give you the username and password and then the port number so that you can log into our server. Unix is also simple, but actually during my experience, for the new person, learning Unix and learning Windows both are difficult. That's what they said. But for me, Unix is as a developer, Unix is simple because everything is a file here. Even though you can access hard disk, you can access monitor, you can access keyboard, and because everything is a file. It's different compared to Windows because when you are accessing device on Windows, it is different. Okay, so it's not simple like when we are accessing hardware in Unix operating system. Unix also has a command line interface. Okay, then many are configuration are based on the plain text. Okay. Some of the Unix are open source like Linux and FreeBSD, and then many are used as server. Okay. So Unix is popular because in terms of a server area. So there are many servers in the internet that are Unix based, either Unix or Linux, and mostly now is Linux based. We have also here source IDC 2018. So many are server operating system. Or subscription are Unix, Linux or Unix based. Okay, and then we also have. I just copied this from Netcraft, and then Netcraft get it from Digital Oceans. So many are of the servers, the VPS that they sold were Unix based. Linux based. Right. So about network engineer. Okay. So network engineer is a person that is responsible to manage or design a network of an organization. So the primary focus for the network is the network engineer is to manage the network. Okay, the network is also, they have a network, and then the network engineer will manage the network. Some example tasks are managing client server connectivity, planning an IP address, so make sure that the IP address do not clash. Okay, I have one raised hand here. Okay, you want to say something?
You want to say something?
One person raised hand, Kevin Hidayatullah. Yes.
Yes.
You want to say something?
You want to say something?
No.
No.
Okay. So I think it was an accident.
Okay.
Okay. So please stop your right hand.
Okay. So please stop your
otherwise I
right
will
hand.
confuse.
So otherwise I will.
Okay, because
confuse.
if you raise hand and then usually you want to say something, or you want to
usually you want to say something,
comment on what I'm saying.
comment on what I want.
Okay, so back to the slide
Okay,
here.
so
Network
back
engineer
to
usually
the slide
responsible
here.
for IP address,
Network engineer usually responsible for IP address.
manage topology. Okay, either it's
Manage
star
topology.
topology,
Either it's
mesh topology,
star
whatever topology you are using.
mesh topology, or whatever topology.
And the most important thing here
using.
is manage the network
And the
device.
most important
Okay,
thing here is
switches,
manage the
routers,
network
firewalls,
device. Okay,
whatever.
switches, routers, firewalls,
Okay, so that's
whatever.
the network engineer.
Okay, so that's the network
And then,
engineer.
okay, so this is a name for network engineer.
Okay, so this is a name for network engineer.
Yeah. So basically what you're doing is on the
basically what you're doing is
bottom
on
right
the
here. Okay, so you do
right
ping,
here.
trace route, make
Okay,
sure
so
that
you do
connectivity is
ping,
good.
trace
So
route, make
ping
sure
and
that
trace route
connectivity
is
good. So ping and trace route is two
basic troubleshooting tool that you are using
basic
for
troubleshooting tool
troubleshooting
that you are
the network
using
problem.
for troubleshooting the network problem.
Right. Next, Linux for network engineer. Yeah. Okay. So
Linux for
on network
engineer. Yeah. Okay.
networking
so
world.
Linux on networking world.
There are many network appliances that is
There are
based on
many
Linux. For
network
example,
appliances that is
MicroTics.
based on
Okay,
Linux.
everyone,
For example, MicroTics.
every network engineer
Everyone,
in Indonesia knows
every network
what the
engineer in
MicroTics
Indonesia knows
is.
what
Okay,
MicroTics
and then at least
is.
you have heard of it.
And then at least you have heard of it.
Ubiquiti also use Linux.
Ubiquiti also
Juniper is
use
based on
Linux.
FreeBSD.
Juniper
And then you
based
can
on
see
FreeBSD.
firewall
And then you
XYZ
can see firewall
that is based on
XYZ.
Unix. Okay, either
That
Unix
is
or
based on Unix.
Linux or
Either
FreeBSD.
Unix or Linux.
Okay, so
or
many
FreeBSD.
appliances are
Okay,
based on
so
Linux. Why? Because it's open
appliances
source, and
are
then
based
it
on Linux.
allows
Why?
people to modify the source code, and then you can build a new products based on that. Okay, so it's free, it's open, and then it's also open networking initiative. Also DevOps, development and operations, and then more networking jobs are automated. Okay. And then even the networking stack now is open to be customized. So previously the vendors already put their algorithm into the hardware. Okay, for example, if you buy a routers, and then the router is already programmed by the vendors. Okay, if you buy product from MikroTik already configure here and there. This is how you configure IP address. Here, this is how IP address works. This is how OSPF works. All of them are done by the vendor itself, based on the RFC that is agreed by the community. Okay, so everything, so all programming things are done by vendors. Now we can customize how the networking behave. So it means that, for example, our address resolution protocols, now you can customize that when a frame coming, and then it's up to you how you want to forward the incoming frame. For example, you want to block it, you want to whatever. So it's up to you. You can reprogram your own network, and then for that purpose, it really requires programming skills. Okay, right. So some Linux skills for network engineers are here, in my opinion. Okay, because I'm working in both worlds. Okay, I'm also network engineer. I'm also system engineer, and also I'm doing a programming things. So first, for the current network engineer, most likely you will have a basic Linux skills like managing files and directory. So you must be familiar with the CD for change directory, MV for moving files and directory, and then also text processing tools like a tail, head, checking. Uh, for example, a cut for checking is there any search pattern in a file. Also text editor like VI. Okay, VI. This is, I mean, in my opinion, is very important because VI available in every Unix. Okay. Okay. You can use Nano, of course, but in some places, for example, if you're working in operating Solaris operating system, they don't provide they don't provide Nano editor. Okay. Uh, Also, you need to learn about the file system, right? File systems, and then also you need to learn about the user group permissions and ownership. Okay, so how to create user, how to delete user, how to lock user. Okay, how to define password for users, and then grouping, how to group users, because you can see many questions that are from beginners are mostly related to these things. Either is permission related or ownership related. Access denied, access denied, access denied. Why? You can check in the log because uh, for example, your script cannot access this. Why? Because in Unix, in Linux, there is a concept for permission and ownership. So it's not like a Windows where everyone is the same, everyone is the administrator. Okay, Unix is different. Okay, you have a level of permission on of and also ownership that owns the objects. So Unix has an object. The object can be files or directory, and on every object they have a permissions and ownership for that. So you need to be able to manage. Uh, Also, you should be able to manage a process. So when you log into a Unix, you need to be able to manage the process and then manage software, install software, remove software, and then configure the software, manage services. Okay, and then you need to do a scripting or programming as part of, and also the automation. So scripting and automation here is related to the configuration for network device. Automation as well. Okay. And also the it's quite hot topic here regarding the DevOps because currently if you are a network engineer, okay, currently, I mean, in my experience, currently you're not just responsible. Okay, I'm just responsible for my critic. I just configure here and there, but that's not enough. Okay, uh, because your organizations also usually they have a team for building an application, and then you need to be able to work with them. That's why uh, you need to understand the version control system, VCS. For example, Git is the most de facto version control system owned by used by many companies. Okay, many organizations use Git. Okay, and then you must put a profile on Git. Okay, when using Git, I mean not always a GitHub. Usually, when you are applying for a job, they are asking where's your repository on GitHub. Okay, Other things you need to know is about the container, okay, like Docker or any container. So mostly when we talk about container, we talk about Docker, okay, but it's not always the case. Okay, but Docker is very popular, but this is not only the one and the only container solution on Linux. Next is also virtualizations. Here you can see, you can learn about OpenStack, okay, VMware, okay, VMware, maybe Proxmox, okay. Many organizations also use Proxmox and other stuff. Also, cloud, for example, GCP, Ali Cloud, AWS, DigitalOcean, and others. Okay, I can see some of the chat here. Okay, so basically some people are commenting why do we speak in English, because I have to I have to welcome the guests, and then one of the guests here are not from Indonesia. They are from overseas, and then they cannot speak Indonesian. So I'll be speaking in English. So I'm really sorry for that. Okay. I'm comfort in English. I'm from Dhaka. Okay. Come on, Acho. Yeah. So I was working in Dhaka in 2006, many years ago.
ভালো আছি।
Oh, ভালো আছি. Yeah. Come on, Acho. Thank you. Donobat.
Hi, welcome.
Welcome. Yeah. So Kemonacho means how are you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Apa kabar? Yeah, in Indonesia. Thank you.
I'm fine.
Thank you. Right. Okay. Let's continue then.
Sure.
All right. So these are the Linux skill for network engineer. I mean, you don't have to learn all of them, but if you are, and then that will be a very benefit for you. Okay. Next. Okay, it's time for live practice. Okay, let me prepare the username and password. Okay, let me give you.
Hello. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
There is one question from Mas Ahmad Yanuar Firdaus.
Okay.
What makes Linux or Unix and open source? You can just check the.
Okay, yeah, I can see them here.
Sorry. Thank you.
So what makes Linux or Unix an open source OS? Well, by design, they are already open source since the beginning. Okay, because when they open the source code, everyone can see, and then everyone can contribute. Of course, reading the source code, it's not that easy. Okay, so you need to understand the C language. You need to know how to compare. When I was studying in overseas in Sydney, in Australia, we were forced. I took a telecommunication at the time, yeah. And then in one course, in one subject, we were given a project to develop a client server, a proof of concept for client server application, and then the source code are based on a C programming. Actually, you have two options. Okay, either you can use C programming, C language, or Java. So at the time I use C, and then I learned how to code to do coding with C. It was very fun. At least I understand. I had a more deeper understanding about how networking works in the perspective of operating system. It means that I have to set up I have to open the port, okay, and then when the port is open, either it's TCP or UDP, and then I have to do a listening, okay. I listen to the port, okay, so it means that we have to do, okay, technically you can use a while loop, okay, in that programming, and then you have to always ready, standby to receive a request, because you're developing a software for for the server side. The application is for server side. Right, so that's, I think that answered the question. So what makes Unix or Linux open source? Yeah, because they designed open source in the beginning. Okay. Right, so I will give you details to log in. Okay. Okay, I will send to everyone. So check your chat box here. Okay, those are the the information. So the address is there, the port is there, username you can choose live practice or 1 to 5, and then the password is also there. Okay, so I have a question here regarding certificates. Well, for that one you need to ask the admin. Okay, you can chat the admin privately for that. Okay, so I'm now logging into the routers. I mean the servers. Now we can just practice some Linux command. So because perhaps most of you are familiar with the networking commands like Cisco or MikroTik, but here we try to do some commands in for Unix. Okay, I have questions. How long is it valid for practice? Just during the webinar. After the webinar close, and then I will turn off the server. Okay, so right now I will log in as username here. Look, if you have any questions, you can unmute your microphone here so that we can practice. You can do practice here. Oh, I can see some of you already log in. Yeah, right. Thank you. Great. Okay, so I need to type the address. Okay, beware if you wrongly type your password, and then the system will block your IP address. Okay.
Yes, okay.
Right. It seems like.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I can see some of you already logged in.
I can see some of you already logged in.
Right. So okay, I can see here.
So, okay.
Some of you already logged in.
Here.
Great.
Some of you already logged in.
That is great.
That is great.
Okay, let me check.
Okay, let me check.
Okay. Okay, let's try.
Okay, let's try
some simple commands. Okay.
some
How to create
commands, okay?
to check your the directory that you are in now. So for that purpose, you can check pwd. Okay, print working directory. So this is your this is our this is my operating this is my own directory right now. So Unix, I think better if we understand how the file system on Unix works. Okay. Because usually we start with a good concept for Unix. Okay. So right now, so I can go, if so the first command is pwd yeah, for print working directory. Can you see my screen or not?
Can you see my screen or not?
Hello. Oh, you cannot see a terminal.
Hello.
Right. So
Oh, you cannot
sorry.
see a
So I
terminal.
need to
Right. So,
I need to
So I need
share
to
the whole desktop.
I need to share
Okay,
the whole desktop. Right. Okay.
Sorry for that. Okay, desktop
Sorry for
2.
that.
Share.
Okay, desktop 2. Share. Okay.
Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Okay. So the first command is pwd.
Okay. So the first
For
command is pwd.
telling you the
For telling you the
which directory that you are in now. Okay,
which
so
directory
currently
that you are in
you
now.
are in the home
Okay,
directory.
so currently
Okay, inside the
you
home
are in the
directory
home
you have a
directory.
live practice
Okay, inside
directory.
home directory you have a
So
live practice
you have a
directory.
directory inside a
So
directory.
you have a directory
Okay, so
inside the directory.
you can go to root.
Okay, so
Okay,
you can go
I
to
think
root.
better if
Okay, so
if when we
I
do
think
today
better if
tonight
when
is
we do
to learn
today
the concept
tonight
of
is
FHS.
to learn
Okay,
the concept of
file hierarchy standard.
FHS. Okay, of file hierarchy standard.
Yeah. So in Unix, it's always
So
start
in
with slash.
Unix,
This one is
it's
called
always start with slash.
root.
This one is called
Okay, root.
root.
Because
Okay,
Unix is like a tree.
because
So
Unix
when
is
you
like
have a
tree.
tree, right?
So when
And then
you have a tree, right?
you have a
And
tree,
then
right? And then you have a
you
branches
have a tree,
here.
right?
Oh,
And then
sorry.
you have
And then you
branches
have
here.
leaf. Okay.
Sorry.
So the
And then you
root
have leaf.
start from the
Okay.
bottom.
So the root start from
Unix
the
is
bottom.
not. Unix is
Unix is
the
not.
upside down.
Unix
So the root at the
is
Unix
the
is
upside
located at the
down.
top.
So the root at the
Okay,
Unix is
and then
located
after
at the
Unix,
top.
then we have
Okay,
several
and then after
directories here.
Unix, then we
For
have
example,
several
home.
directories here. For example,
Okay, and
home.
then we have etc. Okay,
Okay,
and
and
then
then
we
we have
have
etc.
USR.
Okay, and then we have USR.
We have var. Okay,
We have
and then
var.
inside the home we have
Okay, and then
just like what
inside
we
the
have
home
here.
we have just like what we have here.
Practice 1,
Practice
and then we have practice 2, we
1,
have 3,
and then we have
4,
practice 2, with 3,
others.
4, and
Okay,
others.
so that's the concept of
Okay, so that's the
Unix
concept
FHS.
of
Okay,
Unix FHS. Okay.
FHS, so file hierarchy standard.
FHS.
So it means that the Unix directory structure is the structure for Unix directory in an operating system. Okay, so it's not like a Windows. In Windows you have C directory, you have D directory, right? And then you have E directory here, which is showing you that the partition, okay? The partition, but on Unix, you will never see any partition because it's already there. And then it's already been designed that, okay, these are the structure for directory. So FHS is all about the structure of directory. Okay. Right, so I can see some of you put a command here. Yeah, and then type some comments. Oh, okay, so some of you are having problem of accessing the server. Yeah, you have to log in through SSH, and therefore you have to download the SSH client. Okay, one of the famous SSH client is PuTTY. Great. So I can see some of you already logged in. That's great. Okay. So we just learned after we know the concept of FHS, and then we can now have a journey in the operating system. Okay. So currently we are in home live practice. We can go up to one level. For changing directory, we can use cd dot dot. So cd 2 times, double dot means I want to go up. Okay, here I'm at directory home. So pwd again. So now my directory is different. Okay, so I'm at home directory. Go to / pwd and then I'm at the top of the file system. Okay. Next is how do I go back to the home directory? We call it home directory. It looks like your my document directory if you are using Windows. Okay, so I'm now at the okay, I check PWD, and then I want to go back to my home directory. So what I can do is just CD, enter, and then I will be back automatically to my home directory. So I'm logging in as live practice user, and then because of that, I'm at the automatically when I log in, I usually be put into my own home directory, right? Okay, so we are playing with CD now. You will not see this kind of command in what is it, in MikroTik or other network appliances, because this is Unix. All right. So hopefully you can follow my instruction here. You can check my own screen. Yeah. So just follow along what I'm doing. All right. So that was the CD, and then PWD. Okay. And then next, what if we want to display the content of directory? We can use ls. Ls means list. So it means here I can see nothing here. Okay. So what if we try to display other directory? So it means that there are two ways. So you can use ls and then the name of directory. At this time, use dot. That is symbol for the current directory. Okay, so nothing here. ls dot. So if I want to display my parent directories, we can use ls dot dot, and then here it is. So here we have live practice 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so that you can log in with those username. Okay, ls dot dot. What happens if I want to display the directory at the root level? So you can just type ls slash, and then here they are. Okay. Okay, so here you can see the structure of the root operating system. You have a home directory, etc directory, dev, CGI bin, private, SSL, TMP, USR, FAR, and so on and so forth. Okay. Okay, I have a comment. I have a chat here, connection refuse. I don't know what's going on. Perhaps the port is blocked by your ISP, because some ISP they are blocking the some ports. Okay, maybe the ports are used for spreading malware or other stuff. Other reasons, perhaps because you have unstable connection, so please try another connection. Okay. Right, so okay, let's continue. So ls means to display. What happens if you want to create a file? Okay, so you can create a file, for example, touch, and then type your name here, Ahmad .txt. Oops, so where am I now? Okay, so I'm back at my home directory, and then I can type touch. So I just want to create a blank file, ahmad.txt, for example, and then I can check ls. Okay, so for those who are already logged in, okay, you can try. Okay, type your name, and then so that we can see, okay, I'm here not, oh, okay, that's great. I can see Leon, Agung, Eka Sasmita, Vera, Calvin. Okay, great, thank you. Next, is it possible if multiple persons sign the same SSH account? Yes, this is the example. Okay, so now you can see here another example of LS. We call it here -L. That one is used for displaying the content in more details. Okay, so as you can see, so all of us are logged in as the same person, same username, which is live practice. Okay, yeah, so I'm logged, even though I'm Ahmad, but I'm here from the server's perspective. Our username is same. So you can see here. Oh, okay, maybe we can add a new one. We can add a directory. So if you want to create a directory, the command is mkdir, like a make directory, and then type your name, Ahmad dir, for example. So add additional dir for your own directory, and then here you go. It's done, and then you can check again. Okay, please check. Oh, yeah, thank you. So Leon, Rahma, okay, thank you, Rahma dir. Yeah, great. Anyone else? Okay, please also do. So it's good, right? So we are doing same things together. Calvin, dear, thank you. Okay, Fira, are you guys with me? Okay. Okay, seems Fira is lost, so not following us anymore. That's fine. Right, so that's how it works. Okay, so ls. And then we can see it here. It's the code. So when you do ls -l, you can check in the first column here. It's called the permission. The first digit, you can see it's minus or D. D means the files is directory. Minus means it is the directory is sorry, the object the object is a file. Okay, so when you do ls -l, when they see this is minus or minus, it means it is a file. D means directory, and then 3 here means the owner. So the owner permission. Okay, and then here is the group permission, and then the 3 here is the last 3 here means the other permission. All right. Okay, so I have one question from Ahmad Jinor Firdaus. What's the difference between Linux and DOS? Oh, they are different, man. Linux, especially with the kernel. So Linux has this concept of permission, ownership, user and group, while DOS, everything is the same. No, it's not. Okay, so you will not see ownership at the DOS. Okay, no. Everything is super admin at the DOS operating system. Next is Sigit Vivo. Can you repeat? Which one? Which topic do you want me to repeat? Oh, okay. So it's to 2030. Okay, that's fine. Well, actually, we want to try him. Oh, okay. Actually, we want to try a files here, an editor like Vim. So if you want to modify a files, okay, this is the last one because we only have 1 hour here. So right, okay. So this is our last exercise. Okay, Vim Ahmad.txt. I press enter, and then I can see blank pages. Actually, this is not blank. You can type escape. Type escape for command mode. Okay. This is a VI. Yeah, VI editor. If you want to escape, if you want to quit, press escape and then colon. Okay, you can see here's the colon, and then Q, and then press the exclamation mark. Okay, that's how you quit the software, and then you go back to the command line, the console. So VI is editor, Vim is VI improve, so it's an improvement of VI. Okay, but now in Unix operating system, in Linux operating system, VI and Vim are similar. It's just an alias to one another. Okay, colon WQ, yes. All right. Okay, I got for admins. Okay, so I have a GLC feedback here, and then somebody is asking about the feedback because it's banned in certain countries. Okay, I'll post the URL, feedback URL. Okay, everyone. Right, so I was stuck getting out of Vim. Well, that's why Vim is one skill that needs to be mastered for network engineer. Okay, because for example, it can, for example, Vim HTML, Vim Ahmad.html. Okay, so it also has ability for syntax highlighting. For example, you can type here HTML. Okay, see, and then it gives you a color. And then HTML, right? HTML. Okay, and then here, what you need, head, right? Head, and then that. See, and then press escape, and then colon W for writing, and then Q, and then done. Okay, that's one example. So if you see, so in the beginning, the size is 0, but after I do Vim, and then the size will be different. Oh, okay, I can see many of you are doing something here. Yeah, see? Right. Well, guys, I think we have enough for today. I'm really sorry for that because currently we just only have 1 hour for the webinar. Vim is the best editor. Yes, I agree. A left button insert. I can exit them too. Nano, oh please. Look, guys, if you are using Solaris operating system, you will not see Nano or IBM. So better use Vim. Okay, if they have Nano, okay, you have a bonus. But if they don't have, they must provide a VI. VI exists everywhere. Okay. Okay, so there is no Nano here. I'm sorry, right? Oh, okay, there is a Nano. Oh, okay, so I will delete them next time. All right, what about system administration certification? Yes, we provide certification for, because we also doing Linux things like Red Hat certification or LFCSA, right? LFCSA. So it's a Linux Foundation, LFCSA. Linux Foundation Certified System Administrator. So it looks like a RHCSA. Okay, so this one is Linux Foundation, which is which supports many vendors like Debian. So when you do certification for LFCSA, the exam is online. Okay, so which is good. You don't have to go to their office to do the examination. So it's unlike Red Hat certification. So if you do Red Hat, you have to go to Jakarta or Singapore. So at the time I was in Singapore, I was doing my Red Hat certification. But for Linux Foundation, you can do it from your home. Of course, there is a requirement. For example, The environment has to be clean. Okay, there is no picture, there is no mirror when you do the exam. Okay. Right, so that's hopefully it answer your questions, right, about the certifications. Oh, Nano is suck. Oh, please do not make a flame war here, okay? We want to make a peace here. You're stuck in VI, so it means that you are new. Right, okay. Guys, sorry guys, I think we have to stop the webinar. Thank you very much for coming. Please do not forget to fill in the what is it? The feedback forum. And also, before we stop, can you please put a topic that will be discussed in the future? Okay. Okay. Please write a topic. So in the future, future topics. Okay. So here it is. If you have a suggestion for topics, please write them here. Okay, please type. So this, do we have a certificate? Yes, but for details, you can ask admin. Okay. Okay, for LinkedIn, okay. I will accept that. No worries. Okay, again, about the topics, okay. So we really need the topics. If you have a suggestion for topics, please don't hesitate to write them here. Okay, I got one topic here about Docker. Okay, so we will okay, so we'll write them down, but we will schedule them in the, okay, we will discuss them first. It doesn't mean that we already agree with the topic that you type here, because the topic can be already discussed in the previous webinar. Okay. So, but feel free to type to put the suggestion, to write the suggestion here regarding the topics. Okay. Okay, so some of you discuss Docker and Kubernetes, but remember, our webinar is only 1 hour. Okay, if that 1 hour is enough for discussing Docker and Kubernetes, that's fine. And then if not, then that's okay. Okay, next is GitLab. Okay, GitLab is a good topic too. Okay, network automation, perhaps. Yeah. Okay. About Armbian. Okay, so the topics looks like more specific here. Okay, we'll discuss this as long as the topics that we are familiar with. So we do networking, we do system administration, and then we also do programming. So as long as